Hey everyone, welcome to the 12-week resistance band training program. My name is Stevie Richards. It is day number 5. It's the end of the week and we have shoulders. You guys have been kicking ass all week long. Now we're going to finish strong with our shoulders. Be careful with this. Remember, once again, we're using the band and there's many different modifications. And with the band, it's very scalable how much resistance you use, especially with shoulders. Pay attention to the modifications. Also pay attention to my form and where my head placement is, because you don't want to get a kink in your neck doing a press or other things that, trust me, I've gotten millions of times by not paying attention. So watch this workout a few times before you do it. And please, if you have any questions, email me, stevierichardfitness@gmail.com. So let's get started with presses. Now, just like the chest press, the lat pull downs, the rows, there's going to be 3 different grips on this. So please be careful and just pay attention. What we're going to do is put our little feet inside the band. And this is one of those exercises where the wider you go, you're going to get more resistance as you come in, which I don't really prefer you stand like this. If you're this close with your feet together, only use one foot, and that's what I'm going to do. When you go wider, it's going to be much more difficult. Remember, you got 3 different presses in a row. You're going to do 3 sets of the standard, 3 sets of neutral, 3 sets of what are called Arnold's, where you twist. Don't worry about it. Just, you're here, just pay attention. It took me a while to know what an Arnold press was too. So first we're going to do it. And what I'm going to do is put the 1 foot here and then step through so the foot without the band is in front. And then here, palms away, just like this, and squeeze up. Now what you're trying not to do, some people like to touch. I like to squeeze from the bottom so my elbows don't lock out. Once again, isometrics. You're going to flex your muscle throughout the whole movement. Now some people like to do this. I like to look up, open up my airway so I can breathe, and also it just feels better to be underneath the band or the weight if you're using some kind of weight in any training program. If you're like this, you can't see where you're going. So inhale, inhale, now exhale. Stretch, squeeze, stretch, squeeze. Another thing is on the way down, you're getting that negative. Some people like to come all the way down here. I like to go about parallel or even a little bit above, and you're going to have that resistance and the strain on the shoulders, a good strain. You're going to feel it all the way through. When I come down here, I feel too much of a stretch on my neck. You might not feel that. It might be a good range for you, so just remember to pay attention to that. So the next one we're going to do is neutral grip. So you got 3 sets already or more, depending upon what phase you went through in the program or what phase you're at. So be careful. Take the rest that you need to. Neutral, squeeze up. Neutral, squeeze up. Inhale, squeeze. Inhale, exhale. Inhale from here. And bring it down. I feel that already. Now we're going to do the Arnold press. And all an Arnold press is, you start here and twist up. And you want to be smooth. Twist up. Smooth. And what I'm doing is I'm bringing in my elbows at my side, almost like I'm doing the top of a bicep curl. And then squeeze. So don't be very sudden where boom, 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 like that. Try to be smooth. 1. And just like that. And then you do a reverse curl to come out of it. If you need to, just drop the bands and walk away. Not for too long. You got another few exercises to do. So now we're going to do side and front delt raises. And it's going to be the way we're going to do it. We're going to combine them into one exercise. You can separate these into 2. So you're going to be doing twice as many exercises, but it may be a little safer. It offers a little bit more tension than you might be used to. So I come up here on the side and come up here. And as I'm up here, I move forward and then come down. Then I come up top here in the front. See how it offers more? Comes down. Here, across, down, up, across, down. Now, if you wanted to separate those, which try to challenge yourself with these. They're pretty challenging, but you can get through it after you do these a few times and you feel it. So I can come up, do the rep scheme here straight, just as a straight set. Then when I'm done with those 3 sets or 4 sets or however many sets you have, then you're here. Take you a little bit longer to do the workout, but it's a safer way than coming around here. That can really put a little bit of an impingement or a kink in your shoulder if you have any kind of shoulder problem. So be careful with that. Remember, you can treat them as separate exercises or come across here, down like that. I messed up. I'm going to leave that in. See? There. Got it right. I'll leave the bloopers in. So that's your side to front delt raise. It's called a 6-axis delt raise. There's different names for it. But you're holding, coming around, down, up, holding there. Or like I said, treat them as 2 separate exercises. So give yourself a little bit more time because you're going to have to take rest in between each set and then do the second exercise. All right, so now we're going to work our traps with shrugs. And it can be a little challenging to get that isometric hold on the shrugs because most people who have done shrugs in the past with weights, dumbbells, barbells, it feels a little heavy, but you really have to control this movement and you can get a lot out of it. So more than likely, you're going to go a little wider than hip distance. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab down below the handle. That'll offer me a little more resistance. Try to get it as even as you can. And then what I'm going to do is just shrug up and come down and stretch. Shoulders back, chest out. Most people shrug like this or try to do this round stuff. Shoulders back, chest out. Ooh, got hit by the band. Here we go. Shrug. And what I do is lift my chin up a little bit. Shrug. Ooh, I can feel that. Stretch. Really get a stretch. Shoulders back, chest out. Squeeze. Stretch. Inhale before you go up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Back down. Feel that stretch. Now, some people like to do isometric holds at the top or an isometric hold stretch on the bottom. I prefer the stretch on the bottom. Holding up there, like I said, can cause a little kink in your neck. Just be careful, be smooth. Take a second between. You can hold for 1 Mississippi, stretch down, stretch for 1 Mississippi, then come back into it. Just please, it's your neck you're talking about. I know better than anybody. Be careful, be safe. No real modification for that except to bring your feet in, but you don't want to bring them too close because then you're going to tip over. So try to keep them shoulders or hip distance or wider apart and you'll feel that. And like I said, coming off the handle and down a little bit will give you the extra resistance that you may need. So this last one's probably a little bit of a bonus exercise, but try to do it if you can. It's called a face pull. And if you're familiar with cable machines, like we have one back there, you can do them pretty easily. But with the bands, you'll probably feel it more actually. And this is something you're gonna wanna put in the middle of your doorway. And once again, if you're using a door, pull the door in, go to a door that closes towards you, not away from you if you can help it, and put a sign on the outside to make sure people know you're working out. Once again, you'll get a surprise. Everybody will get a surprise they don't want. But I have this here. So what I'm gonna do is wrap this around a couple times. And what you want, depending upon your height, I'm gonna move this. Depending upon your height, you want it at face level. So I will correct myself in the doorway thing, and you want it high as your face is, right here. And a face pull, more times than not, you're gonna grab the band, get a good grip on the band, even if you're right here below the handle where you don't slip. And all you're gonna do is hands together and bring your elbows back. Hands together, elbows back. And what you're doing is your elbows are above your shoulders and your hands are eye level. And then they just come back towards your ears. So just like this, here. And you really want to straighten your arms out and squeeze. I almost lean forward a little bit. It's tough. It's tough to feel your traps right there and a little bit of your rear delts. Inhale, exhale, inhale. And there, and just put it there.